The sermon at Benares. So, first of all, we have to find out certain words. What is a sermon? What do you know about sermon? We will discuss it. Is it different from a lecture or a talk? Two things are there: lecture or talk, a sermon. Three things. So, what is the difference between sermon and lecture or a talk? Can this word also be used as negative way? Uh, or इनको can you use these words means sermon or speech or talk like that in joking? Just my mother's sermon about getting my work done on time. My my father gave me a lecture over my bad behavior on my bad behavior. My mother's sermon, my grandma's sermon. ठीक ठीक है, गेटिंग माई वर्क डन ऑन टाइम, ये मजाक में भी यूज कर सकते हैं। डोंट गिव मी सरमन्स, ओके, ऐसे भी करते हैं आप। आपने आपकी कोई सहेली अच्छे से बात कर रही है, आपने क्या कहा? ज्यादा लेक्चर मत झाड़ो, लाइक दैट। तो वो लेक्चर वर्ड का इस्तेमाल मजाक में हो गया, ठीक है। और जैसे किसी को कोई नेक बात बताई गई, अच्छी बातें बताते हैं, उपदेश दे रहे हैं, तो सरमन, ठीक है। फाइंड आउट मीनिंग्स। अब आप डिक्शनरी में ये वर्ड की मीनिंग ढूंढने की कोशिश कीजिएगा। अफ्लिक्टेड विद, बी कंपोज्ड, डेसोलेशन, लैमेंटेशन, प्रोक्योर, बी सब्जेक्ट टू। ओके, ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट वर्ड मीनिंग्स। हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ द sermon on the mount? Now we are discussing another story like that. Sermon on the Mount, Jesus Christ, सरमन ऑन द माउंट, जीसस क्राइस्ट से रिलेटेड है। आप गूगल पे इस स्टोरी को भी सर्च कर सकते हैं। आई विल गिव यू सम हेडलाइंस अबाउट दैट। ये जीसस क्राइस्ट जब लास्ट सफर के वक्त, यानी उन्होंने अपने हवारियों को, शिष्यों को, चेलों को कुछ बातें बताई थी। दैट ही प्रोवाइडेड सरमन, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, व्हाट यू शुड नॉट डू, इसके बारे में बताई थी। उसके बारे में आप लोग गूगल की पे पता कीजिएगा, सरमन ऑन द माउंट का क्या मतलब था। और ये क्रिश्चियनिटी में एक बड़ी अहम घटना मानी जाती है। नाउ वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट सरमन एट द बैनरस। वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट गौतम बुद्ध। He was born at 563 BC. You know what is BC? BC means before Christ. 483 BC तक वो रहे, that means around 120 years गुजरे। ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम से 563 साल पहले से लेके 483 साल ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम की पैदाइश के पहले, यानी 120 साल की ओवरऑल लाइफ उन्होंने पाई। अब आजकल इसको सीई और बीसीई भी लिखते हैं, क्रिश्चियन एरा। अब एक नया चलन है, एडी लिखने का चलन था, एनो डोमिनी। अब उसको फिर सीई यानी क्रिश्चियन एरा, क्राइस्ट एरा और बिफोर क्राइस्ट एरा, इस तरह भी वी यूज दैट। Began life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautam. Gautam Buddha, he was called Gautam Buddha. Buddha was the title. He began his life as a prince whose name was Siddhartha Gautam. In northern India, he was prince in the state of uh, northern India, near about Nepal or whatever, Shravasti, these things, uh, maybe there his kingdom was. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. At the age of 12, he was sent away. He was sent away by his father for schooling. You know what is schooling? To get education of, to get studies of, to study Hindu scriptures. Okay? Hindu scriptures like Vedas, Puranas, etc. Whatever was there. So we don't know much about which Hindu scripture he was studying, and we don't have to know that too. Okay, so you know, only at the age of 12 he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and later, 4 years later, he came back home to marry a princess. He got married at the age of 16. They had a son whose name was Rahul and lived for 10 years as befitted royalty. He lived for 10 years. They had a son and they were living in accordance with royal family. He was a royal person. Royal person, what is royal? Prince, simply खानदान, किंग का खानदान उसी के थे. तो फिर he lived his life like that, befitted royalty. They got a son, they had a son, and his wife name was Yashodhara. She was a princess too. At about the age of 25, the prince heretofore shielded from the sufferings of the world. They made every arrangement that prince would not get a view of sufferings of the world. At the age of 25, the king made every arrangement that prince should not look into the worries of the world while out hunting. But there was a chance happened while out hunting. They were going out for hunting, chanced upon a sick man. He chanced upon, got a look upon a, he got a chance to look at a sick man. He never knew how a sick man looked like. Then an aged man. Then he got a chance to see an aged man, an old man. Okay. Then a funeral procession. Then he saw a funeral procession. The last rites of a person, funeral procession. Whether they were uh, they were cremating it or burying in the ground, we don't know. But he saw the procession, funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. Finally, he saw a monk, a you can say a monk is a monk. हिंदी में सन्यासी कहते हैं या साधु कहते हैं. Begging for alms, requesting for alms. These sights so moved him that he at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment. These sights so moved him. These sights changed his way of thinking so much that he once went out. He at once, so he decided to leave his house, to leave the luxuries he was enjoying. And why was he decided like that? He wanted to see the world. Okay. He wanted to know the real cause of sorrows he had witnessed. So we may say that he needed enlightenment. So he left his home, which was full of luxuries. He wandered for 7 years. He wandered. He moved here and there for 7 years, and finally sat down under a people tree. Under a banyan tree, people tree. Have you ever uh, look at the people trees? They are so huge, so beautiful. Where he vowed, where he decided, he made promise to himself that he would not leave the place. He would not. He would stay there until enlightenment came. Until he knew, he got no, you know, enlightenment. Enlightenment, awakening. He wanted to know the cause of sorrow. Wanted so he decided that he would not leave the place until he got what he desired for. So enlightened after 7 days. After 7 days, he was sitting there and thinking and meditating. Oh, so after that, he got enlightenment after 7 days. After getting enlightenment, he renamed the tree the Bodhi tree. He renamed the people tree as the Bodhi tree, which is still in Gaya, Bihar, tree of wisdom, and began to teach and to share his understandings. And he started providing sermons, providing lectures. He began to teach and to share his views, his understandings. At that point, he became known as the Buddha. At that point, when he got enlightenment, he was known as, he became known as the Buddha, which is the awakened or the enlightened. Enlightened, knower of so many things. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Banaras. After that, he provided his first sermon at the city of Banaras, which is in UP, much far away from the place where he got enlightenment. It is in Bihar, Gaya, and he provided his first sermon at the city of Banaras, most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganges. Banaras is the most holy, most sacred place of taking a bath or dipping places on the river Ganges. River Ganga is considered one of the most sacred river in in Hinduism, and many people are there. It is regarded as the holy of the dipping places. The that sermon has been preserved. When he provided his sermon, that sermon has been preserved. Many of them have would have written down in bhojpatras or stone and carvings, etc. So it reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. The sermon which he provided at the city of Banaras, it is already preserved, and it reflects the sermon reflects reflects make you understand what his wisdom was about one inscrutable kind of suffering, something which cannot be understood, that is an inscrutable kind of suffering. Now we will study the inscription, the sermon. Kisa Gautami had an only son and he died. Inner grief, when he became so sad, he became so unhappy, so reluctant. So you can say grief is the proper word to show someone's दुख को बताने के लिए ग्रीफ वर्ड इस्तेमाल करते हैं. In her grief, she carried the dead child to all her neighbors. You know who are neighbors? People living next door, asking them for medicine. They asked for medicine, and the people said, she has lost her senses. The boy is dead, and she is asking for medicine. At length, at length, at some distance, Kisa Gautami met a man who replied to her request. She was saying everyone that give my child some medicine so that she may get alive. At length, after some time, Kisa Gautami met a man who answered her request. I cannot give thee medicine for thy child, but I know a physician who can. I am not able to I cannot give you medicine for your child, but I know a person, I know a doctor who can do the same. Physician one who know about medicines. And the girl said, the girl, who was the girl? Kisa Gotami said, pray, tell me, sir, who is it? Pray, I request you. Pray, request, I request you. Who is that? Then, who is it? And the man replied, go to Sakya Muni, the Buddha. Go to Shakya Muni, the Shri, the Buddha. Go to him. He know what you want for. Kisa Gautami repaired, repaired. Repaired means styling went to Buddha and cried, Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my boy. Provide me the medicine that will make my child alive. That would make my child alive. The Buddha answered, I want a handful of mustard seed. Go and get a handful of एक मुट्ठी सरसों के कहीं से ले आओ. And when the girl in her joy, so the girl was got a chance that her son would come alive, promised to procure it, promised to get it as soon as the Buddha added. But the Buddha said, what he said, the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or a friend. But that handful of mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child. इस फैमिली में कोई भी किसी ने किसी हस्बैंड चाइल्ड पेरेंट या फ्रेंड को खोया ना हो उस फैमिली से वहां से लेके आना. Poor Kisa Gautami now went from house to house. In her excitement, she she tried to do the same, and the people pitied her and said, many people got कुछ हमदर्दी जागी और बोले, the mustard seed must be taken from a house. Here is mustard seed, take it. But when she asked, when she inquired that did a son or a daughter or a father or a mother die in your family, they answered her, alas, the living are few. Very few person remain alive, but the dead are many. Many of our family has been passed away. Do not remind us of our deepest grief. We are all in the same state of grief as you are. So do not pinch us. We are trying to forget them all. So the life must go on. And there was no house, but some beloved one had died in it. And there was no house where no one has died. Kisa Gautami became weary and hopeless. So she became weary और दुख से और भर गई, परेशान हो गई, confused and hopeless, feeling hopeless, and sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city. See, she sat down at the wayside, wayside by the road, and watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. She's, she saw that lights were flickered up, lights जलाई गई, then after extinguished, बुझा भी दी गई. At last, the darkness of the night reigned everywhere. After that, the darkness came and it covers each and everything. And she considered the fate of men. And she considered the fate of men that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. So she came to know that the life of mortals, life of men, life of human beings is the same as they are flickered up, they are lights जलाई जाती, जिंदगी दी जाती, and after that fate of men, किस्मत इंसान की यही है कि they have to die. And she thought to herself, after knowing this truth, knowing this fact, she thought to herself, how selfish am I in my grief? Death is common to all. Yet in this valley of desolation, there is a path that leads him to immortality, who has surrendered all selfishness. She thought to herself, I was very selfish in my grief. Why? Because death is common to all. Every mortal have to die. Yet in this valley of desolation, valley of desolation, an area which is filled with deep sorrow, and in this grief, deep desolation, valley of desolation, area of deepest grief, deepest sorrow, there is a path, there is something which leads to immortality, who has surrendered all selfishness. A man, मतलब इंसान ऐसे जिंदा रह सकता है जिसके अंदर कोई चीज का लालच, इस तरह की सेल्फिशनेस ना बचे, कोई फर्क ना पड़े. Then the Buddha said, the life of mortals in the world is troubled and brief and combined with pain. Life of mortals, life of living beings in this world is troubled. You know, there are so much troubles to live, so much trouble for living persons, and life is so brief, so small. So brief. You know what is brief? Very little or very. You can say बहुत ही कम होती है, and combined with, and that is also combined with pain, दर्द से भरी हुई है. For there is not any means by which those that have been born can avoid dying. For there is nothing which provide you defense from death. No one has, everyone has to die. After reaching old age, there is death. Of such a nature are living beings. Okay? After reaching old age, there is nothing but death. This is the nature of all living beings. As for example, as ripe fruits are early in danger of falling. ये उसी तरह से जैसे जब फल पक जाते हैं तो उनको फिर गिरना ही होता है. So mortals when born are always in the danger of death. So whoever has born in this world has to die, as all earthen vessels made up by the potter, and in being broken, as all earthen vessels, vessels या बर्तन बनाए जो जाते हैं मिट्टी से, उनको टूटना है. So is the life of mortals. Like that, in this way, life of mortal is the same thing. Both young and adult, those who are fools and those who are wise, everyone has to die. All fall into the power of death. All are subject to death. Of course, who overcome by death depart from life. A father cannot save his son. Of course, who overcome by death, जिसको death आ जाती है, depart from life. Life से निकल जाती है. A father cannot save his son, nor kinsmen. Kinsmen, relatives. Their relative, nobody, no relative, no father, no mother can save his son or a daughter or his parent, etc. Mark. Now, the point is, while relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, one by one, mortals are carried off like an ox who is led to the slaughter. Just like an ox जिसको कसाई ले जा रहा हो स्लॉटर के लिए, ज़िबा करने, उसी तरह चाहे रिलेटिव्स रोएं या धोएं या कुछ भी करें, कितना भी दुख हो, but one has to go to die. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. So this world is, the end of the world is death and decay. बर्बाद होना इसकी जरूरी है. Therefore the wise do not grieve. That's why the wise who know this fact do not grieve. उनको दुख नहीं होता. Knowing the terms of the world, as they know life goes like that. Not from weeping nor from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. And किसी को भी रोने धोने से nobody can have peace of mind. On the contrary, बल्कि opposite ये है, his pain will be the greater and his body will suffer. If you cry and weep and grieve all over things, you will get nothing but suffering. और ज्यादा आपका बदन परेशान होगा की body. He will make himself sick and pale. ठीक है. Yet the dead are not saved by this lamentation. और इसको रोने धोने से कोई मरा हुआ आदमी बचा नहीं. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation, and he who seek, he who wants peace of mind should draw out, draw out, pick out the arrow of lamentation. वो जो तीर है किसका, दुख का, उसको निकाल फेंकिए. And grief, he who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed, और जिसने सब्र कर लिया, will obtain peace of mind. He who has overcome all sorrow, और जिसके ऊपर सारे ही दुख पे काबू पा लिया, will become free from sorrow and be blessed.